Hey everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to Pre-Market Prep at the close. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin. Joel, my only question for you today is: are you feeling better than you were yesterday? Because you were feeling so
I
good.
know, man. If you want a contrarian signal, boy, there it was. Me getting thinking we were going to get bearish and actually go down 2 days in a row. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. But good day for the market. Found support well ahead of the pre-market low at 52 and a quarter. That was just about mid-range, and then we started to drift higher, and then you got some hey, McConnell and Pelosi may meet. Gave the market a little bit of a boost and running into a little resistance. I thought we might see that high from yesterday at 91.50. No can do. We returned back at 88 and a quarter. So there we go. We got the old Monday, Tuesday highs right in the same area to take a look at. So that will be the key. The old time closing high is right there as well at 35.93. And basis this contract, the new contract, March of 21, all time high, is I believe just over 3,700. Crude, I mean that thing is just trying to get to $50, up 66 cents at 47.65. That matches the high you had just 4 sessions ago at 47.74. So now we know what we're looking at in the crude market. Gold trying to cross over closer to 1900, up $24.90 at 1857. Silver doing a little bit better on a percentage basis. That's up 2.5% at 2463 and a half. And Bitcoin ramping up once again for a shot to not only get over 20K, clear 20K, get a close over 20K, up $305 at 19,575.
All right. In the future, when they write textbooks about trading patterns and market dynamics, and they write about buy the rumor, sell the news, for the sell the news portion, I think that the Pfizer Moderna stuff that needs to be in that section. This is the most classic example of sell the news I can think of. We saw it yesterday with Pfizer and BioNTech, which by the way are both down again today. But today it's Moderna. The FDA AdCom says, yeah, the vaccine works. It's great. What do? You sell it down 5% because that's what we do.
That's what the market does. So it's a little bit bigger product for Moderna than it is for obviously for Pfizer. Still holding above support here. Couldn't had a double top, and we talked about this in the pre-market trading that you had a nice double top at 160.33. You'd already had backed off to the 157. I actually remember when we were talking about this on the show. And when you repel off the pre-market high like you did, a lot of time that gives you an indication of what the big boys are going to do in the regular session. So there you go. A little bit of sell the news here. Moderna selling off, still above the 140 level. I guess you would want to keep an eye on the pair of lows you had on the daily. Oh boy, how close are those? 130. That's a ways away, but that's what other at 130. I mean, you got to give it down to there. Pfizer taking a beating again today. I'm sorry. When are we having Paul? The guy from Life Science on
Mark, and that is Thursday, I believe.
Thursday, tomorrow.
No, today's Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday all day, right? Okay, losing track of my days here.
Yeah, this Thursday.
I like to see how this is gonna overall affect the earnings for Pfizer, and we'll get a little closer insight on that. What goes up must come down here. You had 1, 2, 3 gap going day in Pfizer. Now you're down 4 out of 5 days. Let's see if it needs to get down in the lower 37 handle to find support, and then BNTX, their partner. That has a level to it and that's holding up a little bit better today. Actually, it's in the green by 278. So BNTX holding up a lot better than Pfizer.
Joel, can you pull up the IWM? Because I just want to point this out.
Sure.
this rotation that's been happening, I guess now you can say since October, uh, away from large cap into small cap. It's still going here, right?
Still going.
The
Yep.
Russell's up 2% today compared to the Nasdaq, which is barely up 1%, and the S&Ps, which are up like 1.1%, 1.2%. So there has been this rotation that has remained, right? It's been this way really since I don't know, October, you can say, but the Russell and the IWM has really trounced, and I mean trounced, the S&P 500 going back to October, right? The S&P.
Yeah.
So this is the historical norm, and then we saw large cap, mega cap outperform for pretty much the last decade, and now if the last 2.5 months are to be believed, back to what was the case prior to the 2000 aughts, which was small caps outperforming.
All right, the trend line's doing me no good. It's a pretty steep one, is that? You just want to continue to make a new all-time closing high. That's what you did. Just a relentless all day really here since that 9:30 open, a little bit lower open. Caught a bid right away. So I think the only way you can get a target off this is do some kind of Fibonacci extension. But I don't do that. So just keep an eye on the all-time closing high, and we'll definitely have that today in the IWM. A shift from a little big caps. I mean, Apple's a different story today, but looking for the small caps, the smaller businesses to pick up when the economy gets.
I mean, we
back
talk
going.
about FANG and the mega caps, but just to put it in perspective, since the start of October, SPY is up 11%, the IWM is up 30%, right? So part of that is playing catch up from the summer and the spring, but IWM clearly in favor here. Okay, you mentioned Apple, Joel. You want to pull up a chart? They kind of in the pre-market and never stopped running with it.
Yeah, gap and go there. As I illustrated, did that as the stock of the day. It'd been kind of lazy. Kind of been capped at the 125, 126 area. Really traded a lot of stock here, in this 120, 122 area today. You get the catalyst, and the catalyst pushes it through the top of that trading range. It's going to be probably the third or fourth highest closed ever for Apple. Green skies ahead. And an interesting thing when I was, I'm compiling the stuff for the year in review. I don't know if I said this on the morning show or not, but Apple was one of the first companies to warn about the virus and its potential impact on earnings. And this was back in like mid-February, and the market kind of shrugged it off. And now the fact, here you are, really, it's not saying, hey, we're going to have better earnings, but hey, 30% increase in iPhone production, I believe, was the first half of 2021. That sounds bullish to me.
Yeah, I didn't remember that they were among the first to warn. So props to them, I guess, for saying that. Bill Big D, or I think whoever it was, Easy Mike, someone in the chat asked about Baidu. Yeah, there's news on Baidu today. This is a report from Reuters that, oh my goodness,
that they're thinking about electric cars.
that somebody wrote a letter saying you should do electric cars, and they said okay. No, yeah,
what are we doing with PreMarket Prep, Spencer? Why don't we just start an electric vehicle company? I mean, that's
no. We don't even have to. We just have to think of. We just have to think about doing it.
And Raz can get somebody to will be a SPAC.
Yeah.
Boy.
We're thinking about doing EVs, or blockchain. I don't know.
Boy, oh boy. What are you gonna say? Just a clean breakout here. This had been the lagger on the Chinese stock market, but here you are getting back all the way to, when was this high here? It's just a monthly high, so I mean, there's nothing to write home about. In April 2019, you had a high at 186.22. Today's high, not quite there yet, 184.20, 184.89. So let it roll up there. See if you could take out that high from a super super long-term perspective here, I mean, this stock really got the daylights kicked out of it. Starting in July of looks like June, July of 2018. Man, why won't that? I want to do this one. I'm gonna stay. We're gonna stay in class until I get this retracement right here on this one. Everyone's staying after school today.
No, nobody move until Joel
Nobody.
gets this right.
Why does it do that? All right, this will be my third attempt, and then I'll let everybody
Then
know.
we're gonna move on.
I mean, it's so clear that this is the top right here. I mean, I don't want to draw the top there. One more
No,
time.
I only use TradeStation on my work on my PC at the office, so
Yeah, there we go. There. I mean, this is about as close
can't
as
help you.
this is the closest the old man can get. Oh boy, this coming right in there, right there, boy. Figure your numbers exactly, but it's halfway back. So let it hang out for a while. Maybe close above there. I mean, usually it pauses there. Who knows? This is pretty big news. I'm sure this was a lot of targets for people. Since it fell from grace at 280, but biggest monthly move this thing has had since it looks like 2016. So it was moving up ahead of time. Wow, I wonder if anybody had got a memo on this a little bit early. Wow, 140 to even almost 170 yesterday, and now moving up again. So if your target was there 50%, there it is. You're probably getting it today. My top line was just a little bit off there on Baidu. The all-time high was not 185.15. It was actually or two. That's pretty close. 284.22. You got down to 83.49. So I'm not too far off on that one. Right there, 180. Let's just call it 185.
Wade Cormick noting that Facebook had a big reversal today. So did GE. Let's look at both of those because they both reversed hard.
Facebook, I mean, it just keeps getting hit on that. Okay, Facebook is, antitrust or whatever, and it goes down, and then it pretty much just comes back up. Boy, it's a choppy chart. Still haven't taken out yesterday's high. Yesterday's high, 77.22 was just 75.98. They're not all in the same area, but maybe if you're looking for a clean breakout on this one, maybe wait for this. I don't know. This is a hard chart. Your 4-day high, 278.73. That's in striking distance over the next couple days.
And then GE, same thing. Not exactly.
GE, should we dig up who's our buddy that we
had? John Inch.
John Inch. I wonder if he's turned it around on GE yet. You had the sell-off the open down. Well, this is like volatile today. Wow, pesky area. What I will say is someone's trying to wiggle out here. You had that 1149 high, probably just a boatload of stock at 1150. So the HFT freaks get a hold of it. 1149, 1148, 1141, 1135, and then today's high and only 1115. So looks like it's due to break those lower highs tomorrow based on what we're seeing. But looks like the big roadblock in this one is 1150. Probably some big old size in the book there. But maybe a day like expiration, there'll be enough stock there to take it out.
Joel, if you look up Twitter, we got above all the way up. We filled that gap. We filled that gap and got above that. Looks like October 29th. October 28th, one of those days. We got above that level. We are now the highest we've been on Twitter since 2014.
Yeah, Twitter. Nice. I mean, you talk about the classic 2-day move. You had the 1 day, you undercut and rally the next day, something Gil Morales talks about. And holy mackerel, just Twitter comes all the way back, more than fills the gap. You just want to see what happens in this area. Best thing you could hang up here for a day or two. 52.93 was that high today. Probably snuck into the 53 handle today. Yep, 53.48. That close when everyone was loving it ahead of earnings. That was 52.43. So post a 6-year closing high in Twitter.
Last time Twitter hit 54 was March 2014. That was 5 months after the IPO. So
I have a quick question, Joel. Would you consider that on the monthly an inverse head and shoulders?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I see what you're talking. Are you talking on the monthly, huh?
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
monthly.
Yeah, I mean, you got your left shoulder, a little droopy right shoulder here, but for sure, and the gap fill. I mean, I think what you want to see here is, uh, just hold on. Just hold up here. I mean, because last time we got up here, obviously it had the negative catalyst with earnings. You don't have that. You have the quad wedge. But if you want to play it close to the belt here and you're saying, man, this thing's over 50, I don't want to lose it, again, just keep an eye on 51.70. That splits the lows from yesterday and today. So if you're trying to play it pretty close to the belt, that's what I'd be looking at. After that, you got a clear path down to $50.
Okay, I know what you're going to say with this one, Joel, but Plug Power, they announced a deal this morning. They're going to supply Walmart with hydrogen and fuel cell solutions.
Plug your nose and buy it, right? And that's what I was going to say. This has just been on a roll. Boy, that CEO we had on a long time ago. Congratulations to him. You got a clear area. Your clear target in this over the next couple days. 28.69. You hit 28.49 one day. You bested it the next day, going to 29.69. So that's what you're looking for. Trading in a 28 handle. That's probably within reach today. The high close of the rebound, we're gonna improve on that by a wide margin. 27.16 or 27.19. That had been the high for the rebound. We're going to close the stick above it, and big volume today. 16 million, 17 million over the last two sessions. Nearly 50 million shares have traded on this one. Plug Power gunning for $30.
Only because Jack Douglas said he's wasted his day trying to find a PS5. Let's look at Sony, SNE. I mean, all these video stocks have been running. I'm assuming this is one of them. I'm sorry.
Mitch can buy up. Did you go on eBay?
I talked about this the week
Yeah,
the PlayStation 5 came out.
Mitch did. I'll give Mitch credit. You talked about CRSR, you talked about this, Sony, and you talked about EA. I think those are the three you mentioned.
Are you good at those games, Mitch? Are you good at
Turtle
those games?
Beaches? No, I don't find time anymore to play, but I'd rather make the money,
Raz is working you too hard. Yeah. Turtle Beach taking off on this too. Smacking up here. You clear level 25. That was your high back 25.46. That was your high back in September 2018, and you're working your way towards that today, 24.98 high. So there's another target. S&P's gunning for the highs of the session here at 36.85. And Spencer, someone wants your opinion on NVIDIA.
Oh, they want your opinion, I think.
No, it says Spencer.
People use me as a replacement for you. They tell me to ask you. I'm just a conduit.
No.
You want my opinion on NVIDIA? What is it doing today? I have not looked at NVIDIA today. Okay, so it's up 0.35%, 0.35%. Well, the first thing that jumps out, it's just going sideways. It's just consolidating, right?
I know.
It made that high on September 2nd, and from there made a low on the 8th, and it's just sort of stayed in that range. It's gotten tighter and tighter and tighter. That's okay. It means eventually it'll break the range. For now,
the trend is up, right?
Coiling up.
Yep. I mean, draw your line here. Boom. That's right around 550, let's call it. And then you got the lows on the downside. That's what you want to see. Now, on maybe it's something like an expiration day can, take this thing in to blast it off there. But 550, you had the big red bar. I don't know if that was two big red bars. I don't know if off earnings. but it quickly recovered that and just got to clear 550 and then work your way closer up to 590. I mean, another thing about this stock is, are they going to announce a split someday? Can you imagine this thing? Announces a 5-for-1. They didn't do it last earnings. I mean, you see what kind of candle this. They said you're the fundamental guy for Nvidia, so that's why
I have nothing fundamental to add on Nvidia. I'm sorry.
All right, and I just want to check AMD for triple D. Did this get closer to the century mark? Yep, new all-time high, moving up there. We got to 97.98, backed off a little bit, but getting real close to triple digits for that. All right, we closed. We maybe had some buying balances, pushed us up here, 88.50. I'm not sure if that was, I think we made a new high by a couple ticks. So if you're out there messing around overnight, just be aware, Monday's high, 91.50. Today's high, 88.50. Your all-time closing high in the March S&P futures, that's 35.93. And your all-time high, that's all we got to talk about these days, folks, 37.06.50. That was made on December 9th.
And just to say it again, the Russell crushing it. Russell is twice as good as the S&P and the NASDAQ today. So IWM, RTY is the Russell future symbols. It's just if you're in the small caps, that's the trend for now.
Yep. 2-day Fed meeting tomorrow. I mean, they're not going to say, interest rates aren't going up. Who knows what, say it. Sometimes it gets a little rocky on those days.
I'll tell you what they're going to say. They're going to say the same thing they've been saying for months now, which is we really think we need some more fiscal stimulus. That's what they're going to say. That's what they've been saying. And they're going to say we need more fiscal stimulus. There are limits to monetary policy. We need more fiscal. That's exactly what they're going to say. I'm calling it now. We'll see what happens tomorrow. There's our disclaimer. Please remember all the information from our show is meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. We appreciate all the likes, all the comments. Hit that like button. Thank you very much. Everyone have a good rest of your day. And Marie Band is our guest tomorrow.
All right. I'm looking forward to hearing her cheery voice.
Yes. Everyone have a good rest of your day. We will talk to you on Wednesday.